Show me the money. Ramondre Stevenson getting paper as the number one running back for the New England Patriots. The Patriots also add Antonio Gibson to the backfield. But the big question is, who should be the number 3? All right, we'll discuss right here. Thank you so much for turning in to Sports Talk Patriots. My name's Aaron, the host of this channel, and this is your one-stop shop for anything when it comes to New England Patriots news, rumors, insights, game breakdowns, whatever it might be. We're going to be talking about it here. So do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe so you can stay up to date daily on Patriots news. That being said, I want to ask you guys, off the bat, who do you think should be the number 3 running back in New England? Comment below. Let's hear it. Let's talk it over. But that being said, Ramondre Stevenson, getting that paper, getting paid. We know why. He was pretty productive when it comes to his first 3 years with New England. Yes, he was barred with some injuries. But when it comes down to it, he's a productive back. If you do well, pay the man. All right? As simple as that. And when you want to talk about New England Patriots getting a bang for their buck, 4th-round pick, 120th overall, out of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner. It just goes to show you don't have to be drafting in the 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round. You can really find great running backs, great value in the later rounds. But that being said, they paid the man, number 1 running back. And when it comes down to it, they also signed Antonio Gibson, which is also going to be great because if you look at him in Washington the past 4 years, very productive, not only running it out of the backfield, but also catching it out of the backfield too. So I think when you look at the NFL, you really have these 2 running back systems. Look at what the Lions did when it came to Montgomery and Gibbs. Montgomery was more of that basher back, kind of like that phrase thunder and lightning. Montgomery was more that power back, where Gibbs was more the finesse out of the backfield. He could catch it. He was very versatile, all right? Almost like a younger Alvin Kamara. And so I think a lot of teams have started to gravitate towards this 2 running back system. And so I think it's awesome to see the Patriots doing that, obviously signing Gibson right behind Stevenson. But then the big question becomes, who's going to be number 3? And so when we talk about the 53-man roster, obviously you're going to have Stevenson, duh. Gibson, duh. And then the last question is, who's going to be that 3rd? Kevin Harris, possibility. A lot of guys they're most likely going to cut. They'll be obviously there for preseason, but when it comes down to making the 53-man roster, yeah, they're not going to cut it. Kevin Harris possibly making the practice squad if he doesn't make the 53-man roster, and that would be because the New England Patriots potentially signing a veteran running back just because more experience, better for that backfield, and just because there's a lot of free agents that have not been picked up that were pretty solid running backs. Now, a lot of them are past their age, so we'll look at that. So you have a lot of them past their age, especially Latavius Murray, pushing 35, year old. So I kind of understand probably trying to pass on that. But then we look at like Kareem Hunt, okay? Again, 28, somewhat old, but still a lot of great experience. Yeah, he does bring some baggage, but when it comes down to it, having a 3rd back, this is what he was making last season. So it's not like you're going to be busting the bank for him. So it's not bad. One that I think is a pretty solid option is Josh Kelly. Again, good deal for him right here. But I think Kareem Hunt would be a solid pickup when it comes to the New England Patriots and getting that 3rd down back. Again, you just typically when it comes to free agency and running backs, there's a reason they weren't picked up again by their team. There's a reason they were dropped or whatever it may be. But that being said, I think it would be beneficial for them to get a veteran back, just someone who has experience, who's been in the league longer, who's been possibly on multiple teams, who knows. But I think it wouldn't be a bad get for the Patriots. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. Do you want to stick with would you stick with Harris? You good with Kevin Harris? Or would you be more curious in getting a veteran back, getting someone with some experience, maybe someone that could, help be somewhat of a leader in the backfield, helping these young bucks in Stevenson and Gibson, even though they've also been in the league for a while. Remember, running backs, their shelf life in the NFL is not long. Typically, I think it's less than 5 years. So, but that being said, what do you guys think? Who should they add? Who shouldn't they add? And I think what's interesting too, like when you look at the New England Patriots in the past, a lot of times, especially in fantasy, every time I've ever had a Patriots running back on my team, it's one of those things where it's like, man, should I start this running back? Because you just never know what Belichick and the Patriots were going to do at running back. One week they could explode, and then the next week it's someone else that like kind of takes the reins. And so I think with Gerard Mayo I think there's probably going to be some more consistency. Obviously, the new offensive coordinator really wants solidify a solid run game. And so I think that Stevenson is going to be up, obviously, when it comes to, fantasy. And obviously, why would you pay the man if you're not going to utilize him more? So I think they're going to be utilizing him. And I honestly think, too, in fantasy leagues, Gibson would be solid. I've had him on multiple teams. That I have way too many fantasy teams, but I've had him on multiple teams as someone that I usually throw in at a flex, depending on how many different other teams are in the league. But a lot of times he's a flex I put in maybe on someone's bye week, but he's got me some solid points as well. So that being said, comment in the section below. Let me know, who do you think the third string running back should be? Should it be a younger guy? Should it be a veteran? Let's talk it over. Let's chat. As well, before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you later. Peace.